we're like behind the stage, like ready to go on, and I'm like check, trying to check these things, and they weren't working.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to 12 TV. We have a super special guest with us today. She's award-winning artist, singer, songwriter, our friend, Lia Cole. Talk of the town right now.
Thank you. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that intro.
So, for those who don't know you, can you give us a little more background, history, tell us a little more about yourself?
Sure, yeah. I started playing music when I was 5 years old because my family was pretty musical, and my dad actually taught me how to play. And from then on, I started writing when I was 8. I don't even know why I started, but it was just kind of...
How'd you get into that, though?
Supernatural. I don't know. Not ghost supernatural. I mean, like, it felt supernatural for me to just... Like, I would lock myself in my room and just write. Like, I'd come home from school. It was just always a priority for me.
Then what do you talk about in those, like,
in those songs? Back then, they were...
School, homework?
No. They were like... I would see a picture. Like, I remember writing a song about a mountain just because I thought this mountain was so beautiful.
Right.
You know, so anything would inspire me. But I started doing local competitions when I was about 12. And then...
Your idea? Your parents' idea?
My idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're always super supportive, never pushed anything on me.
Right.
So, except reading. Always school. School reading. I don't know why. But
Every parent's.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right? But, and then I recorded my first EP when I was about 17 years old. And then I've been to Nashville. I traveled down there to do competitions as well. Because I kind of did throughout this whole journey, I was trying to find my sound. So I would dabble with country, folk. So I went to the Canmore Folk Fest as well. But it wasn't until I was 18 and I started working with Planet Sound. And we kind of settled in.
Mutual friends of ours?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Shout out to RJ and Royna.
We'll talk about them later. But, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But I've done some cool stuff so far that I'm proud of, like Singapore. We'll talk about that maybe.
So you said you're trying to find your sound. How does one find their sound? Do you feel like you found your sound, or is it always consistently evolving?
Always evolving.
Right.
Always. Like, even when I listen to other artists and they inspire me, it's like my sound changes kind of, but it's always still got the Lia Cole flair, but I'm still evolving as a person, so when I evolve, my music evolves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Uh-huh.
So we talk about inspiration as a songwriter these days, not 8 years old days. Where do you find your inspiration? Like, how do you sit down somewhere and decide what to write about?
It's like...
Or does it just come to you?
Anything inspires me, but I have to be in the right mindset to let that kind of come in. Like, I could see a billboard and the words trigger something, or I watch something on TV, or I like to people watch a lot, so I'll see other people and it'll inspire me, and I'll think of a line or I'll think of a title, and then I'll go home and try and write about it. So that's a lot of my inspiration, but I also stem from personal experience. Obviously,
I heard you lost me your latest hit.
Yeah.
It's all about that, right?
yeah. So, but you can only write so many boy bashing songs. You know what I mean? So, I'm trying to grow and not just write about that.
Right. Are you ever put in a position where you're trying to make a hit and someone wants you to write a song a certain way, or you don't like that? Or
yeah, definitely. I just I'll tell you about LA. Do you want me to tell you about LA?
Let's talk about LA.
Okay, so in May, I went down there. I graduated from Grant MacEwan.
Yep.
And I had no plans, no commitment, no job, other than music, but that's pretty flexible. So I bought a ticket, and I went and stayed with my friend, and I just wanted to experience, like, what it was like down there, because I had never been. And so the second night I was there, I was sitting in this coffee shop and mixing on my computer on Logic Pro, just a song that I was working on, and this man came up to me and he saw my session and how I had set everything up in the session, and I don't know why he came up to me, but he saw that and he was like, "What are you working on?" So then I played it for him, and then it turns out he's a producer and he worked with Akon and Lil Wayne and Brandy.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Like just one of those random things, and so we had a session together, and then he actually brought in his record label executive, and I sang for him, and then they flew me back out to write and record
Last
with
week?
them.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So I just got back from that.
And how was that experience?
Oh, it was insane. Like I've never experienced anything like that, just because it was like you were in it. You know, I was writing the first 2 days. I wrote everything by myself. So what happened was, I would go into the studio from 12 to 8.
Right.
And his name's Life, the producer. He would be making the beat and making all the music, and then I'd be on the couch like writing the verses, thinking melodies and stuff. And so the first day went good, and then the second day I was struggling a bit because I don't know if I was getting in my head or it was all psyching me up because I was in LA, and it's just, you have to come up with stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Like you have, I don't know, eight hours to write a whole song.
It's more like it becomes a work day versus
Oh,
you're
yeah.
just doing it when you feel good and
Like,
something comes to your mind.
I would come home. I didn't
It's
do
almost forced, right?
Mhm. I wouldn't
yeah.
I didn't do anything else except for stay in my hotel and go to the studio. Like the whole time I didn't do anything because I was exhausted after. But that's the thing, it was like a boot camp kind of.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I was learning so much, and then the next couple of days he would bring in other writers, so we would co-write, and I really liked that because I could bounce my ideas off of them.
Right.
You know, it wasn't all the pressure on me to come up
you
with
have a
the
team
whole,
of people
exactly.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully
So do we have something coming out?
yeah,
Or expecting
hopefully.
Soon? Yeah.
We made 5 songs down there.
Awesome.
So gonna put together a little EP, and then we've also talked about going back and working with some other producers and some other co-writes. So that's still in the works, but that's what's happening right now. So.
Okay. Sounds super exciting.
Mhm.
Yeah, and see,
Yeah.
that wouldn't happen if you didn't just be like, hey, I'm gonna grab that ticket, I'm gonna go to LA, I have no plan,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it and, make it happen. It just so happens you were at the same time in that coffee shop with that producer, right?
Yeah, it was kind of like a big
Yeah.
break. Not big break, but who knows what will happen from this.
Opportunity.
Yeah, because if I'm sitting in a coffee shop in Edmonton, would he have come up and said something,
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You never know where you'll be.
Yeah, exactly. You talked about the inspiration a little bit and different artists that inspire you.
Mhm.
Is there certain artists that you draw inspiration from, or certain artists you're fans of?
Tori Kelly, have you ever heard her music?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
What do you
oh
like
my
about
God.
it?
Her runs and her singing is incredible. Like when I listen to her, she makes me want to be better. Like one of those things. And she writes all her own stuff, and somehow it's so poppy and huge, but she always has her guitar in there, and that's something important to me because that's what I like as well. So
You always have your guitar when you're performing live.
usually, yeah. I mean, sometimes I.
You wanted to bring your guitar here today.
I did want to bring it. I wanted to sing,
Yeah.
but sometimes I do just sing,
Yep.
which is, it's not new to me, but my whole life I've been playing with my guitar, and in the past couple of years I've really focused on my vocals, and that's as well as going to McEwen. I took the music program there, and I took vocals, so, and you were never allowed to play with your guitar or piano or anything, so I do play with NXG Company. They dance with me when
Yeah.
I sing, so sometimes I use my guitar now, but it depends,
Yeah.
It's a variety.
I heard you're a big fan of Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Like always
Yeah.
forever, or just recently?
Always
or
forever.
Always forever.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Purple Hoodie, like My World 2.0. He was the first concert I actually ever went to.
Wow.
Yeah. And I studied that concert. Like,
He has the formula down though. He really does.
oh, he does.
Yeah.
And it's because he's from Canada, and he's from this little small
Yeah.
town, and he's like, I don't know.
And do you like what he's up to now?
I don't like that he's engaged to what's that girl.
Haley?
Should be me. But I don't know. He's not really doing anything music-wise.
He just dropped a new hit. No brainer, no? DJ Khaled?
Oh, yeah, but it's not like he goes and performs it, you know?
Yeah, he's busy getting married.
I know, he's like, I don't know. He's different now.
You still love him? No, not as much as...
No, I love him now,
Right.
but he's different. I mean, people change.
Yeah,
People grow.
people evolve, like you said, right?
People evolve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's done okay.
I'll always be
Yeah.
a believer.
So, I'm gonna ask you, like, what goes into building the Lia Cole brand? You start to see the Lia Cole brand everywhere. You're performing all over town, right?
Yeah.
In Singapore.
Yeah.
This didn't just come out of it, you know.
Yeah, no.
And
it's
and
been,
did you have like, where did the Lia Cole name come from? Your name is Julia, right?
yeah.
So
My real name is Julia Nicholson.
right.
And so my whole life I've been performing under that, and I didn't really understand what branding was. Like, I would wear a bandana and I would tie it on my belt loop, and I would think that's my brand. Like, and I'd wear that every time I performed. And then it wasn't until I started working with RJ and Rowena at Planet Sound, they taught me so much about marketing and branding. And Lia Cole comes from my real name, so it's just a shortened version of Julia Nicholson. So it's still me, but everything is just bigger. Like the website, the press kits, the logos, like everything, the performance, the what you wear, like everything you.
The screen behind you
Yeah.
when you perform.
Like, it's just, branding is huge, and it's taken, I mean, 10 years to,
Right.
and it's still growing, like.
What's a vital part of the overall marketing, you'd say?
Yeah, people have to like your brand, want to buy into your brand, and it's
So
very
it's
important.
where RJ and the Planet Sound team come in
Yeah.
and help put that all together.
Oh, yeah.
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 So, do you believe marketing and social media plays a really important role for new artists, or artists in general? Like, you know, I feel like artists need to have like SoundCloud, Instagram, Facebook fan page,
Yeah.
all that. Like, would you say it's like, you know, a strong foundation? You have to have that as an artist.
I think you do. I think you do, definitely, because it gives you that platform to reach people all over the world, you know? And I mean, I struggle with it sometimes just because I feel like I'm always on my phone,
Right.
you know, and I need to figure out how much to share with them, like how much of my life, because I don't want to take away from the moment and videoing it instead of actually enjoying the moment. But it is so important, especially if you're an artist.
And your fans want to see new things from you every day,
They want
right?
to see everything you're doing.
Behind the scenes,
So,
day in the life,
Yeah,
right?
day in the life.
Yeah.
Like, so you pretty much always have to have your phone with you or be on your
Yeah.
phone. So it's interesting.
Sometimes you never know when that next post that you know is the one
Yeah.
that someone sees and catches on.
Exactly.
And then you're like, hey, I know it's her voice. I'm gonna give her a call. You know, you never know when that
Exactly.
one post at that moment is
Yeah.
the one. Just like you were in that coffee shop, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even though you're in a small town in Canada or wherever you are, you could still get discovered by the right person.
Right.
So you never know who's watching your stuff.
So moral story, always post.
Always post. Yeah.
Be out there as much as possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about releasing music? Do you believe that you should wait till you have something perfect and release like an EP and then build up to that, or do you like putting things out consistently? You know.
I wait and have a full EP and then kind of market that. But I always post videos. Even if I'm writing a new
Okay.
song, I'll post a video of the new song and kind of get feedback from that and see, should I fully produce this song? Like, how do people feel about this? Instead of just,
So you let your fans
Yeah.
kind of do the talking and give you the feedback, right?
yeah,
That's super smart. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Do you have a favorite experience or performance? I've seen you live a few times in town. I've also seen footage of you in Singapore in
Yeah.
front of thousands and thousands of people, right?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite?
That was
That's your
probably my
favorite?
favorite so far. Because it was like,
How did that all come together?
Yeah.
Like, how do you?
well, RJ's brother works at One Championship in Singapore and in Asia, so it's like a fight club, and
Biggest MMA
Bill-
league
yeah,
in
exactly.
the East, I believe. Yeah.
so they partnered with Universal Music Asia, and so they put like a concert on / fight. So I opened the show there.
Wow.
And it was like a 10,000 seat venue, and it was an arena, literally. So it was crazy, and the
Do you have
lights.
jitters coming out to 10,000 people?
Yeah.
Or do you love that?
No, I loved it, but it was crazy. The lights were so bright, so I couldn't even really see deep into the crowd.
Right.
The lights were so bright, but I was nervous.
So you
for
just go
sure.
out, do
I
your
was
thing,
nervous.
and you had your dance crew there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
NXG company, they came. RJ Rowe was there. I was scared because we had we had a sound check, and I had these in-ear monitors, and I couldn't sing without them because it was so echoey. So I literally needed to have them, and like 10 seconds before, okay, not 10 seconds, like 10 minutes before I went on,
Yeah.
I put them in, I finally got them, and we were checking them, and they weren't working. So like they were saying 45 seconds till you're on, 45 seconds.
And they weren't working yet?
No, and we're like behind the stage, like ready to go on, and I'm like check, trying to check these things, and they weren't working. And then like 20 seconds, and I was like, check, and then it came through, and I was like, it's good. And then we all had to like lay down, because here's the stage like this. We had to lay here, and I was right in the middle, and then the announcers announced Lia Cole, and then the dancers ran up the risers, and then the music started, and then I ran on. But we were literally like laying down. I was like praying. I was like, oh my God, please let this go good. And then it took me about 45 seconds to get into it, but once I did, it was sick.
You're in the moment, and you just
then
go,
you're in
right?
the moment, and it's like you're in the zone, like.
Yeah.
So.
Did that lead to, I don't know, any new media, press, or anything that kind of sparked some opportunities?
Some more followers on Instagram for sure.
Yeah.
But nothing really like that. But
Yeah.
it was
fun.
It was such a good experience, and I got bit by the bug. Like I was like, I need to do this. I need to go.
You need to go all in now.
I was like, that was insane. It was crazy. Yeah.
Cool. Hopefully we see more of that.
Yeah. World tour.
Yeah.
Something.
It's coming soon. World tour.
World tour. Soon. Next year. Just kidding. Hopefully.
Is there like advice that you'd give to like aspiring artists? You know, people who want to get maybe where you're at right now. Like, what would you tell them to get like how would they get noticed or get out there? 'Cause a lot of people want to do this, right?
Yeah.
They don't know what the next steps are. They might be putting out some
I
video,
think, yeah.
some songs here and there on SoundCloud, but they're not getting that, momentum.
Yeah.
How do you get there?
I think you need to be yourself, and you need to show people who you are, because that's what they'll grab onto. So in your videos, like, you have to be unique as possible, because everybody's trying to do it. So you need to find what makes you unique. And I'd say if you're a songwriter, the most important thing is to study music. Like, don't just listen to it. You have to study it, why things work, why things don't work. Like in ballads, there's always in the chorus, like, why does it hit so hard? And even though it's a slow song, like, you just have to study music and understand why things happen and learn.
Right.
And because everything has been done before, but you need to figure out how to put your own spin on it. So I'd say posting all the time, videos.
So once you get that, put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Post.
Yeah.
So talking about getting noticed, do you feel like you have some awesome music videos that are out there, pro videos?
Yeah.
A couple like You Lost Me.
Yeah.
You were on the Tell a Story Hive as well too. Looks like something
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super pro. How does one get there and get videos like that? Do you find the right team? Is it don't be afraid to reach out to the right people?
Exactly.
Or how do you get out there?
Well, you said don't be afraid to reach out. Like, I wouldn't probably have those opportunities in those videos if it wasn't for Planet Sound and RJ. So I would say reach out to people who make videos and work with people and keep networking, and that's how you kind of grow your network and
Right.
how many people you know. And videos are very important this day and age.
Yeah.
So
We have some awesome video guys here, old songs.
yeah, I see
Yeah.
you. The camera can't see you,
Yeah.
but I see you.
But just reaching out to people, right? Connecting.
Yeah, connecting, building your network.
Yeah.
If you aren't the best videographer, find somebody
Yeah.
who is.
I really think there's so many photographers and videographers and other team members and anyone who want to work with you, right? You just have to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always looking for people to work with.
Yeah.
Same as you. You're always looking for producers to produce your songs. They're looking for artists, you know, so it's a team, then you have to build
Yeah.
your team.
So to get out there, post lots, but build that team. I think
Build
that's
the
an
team.
integral part, right?
Yeah. Very important.
So what's currently in your playlist?
My playlist. The Lia
Justin
Cole
Bieber?
playlist or my phone playlist?
Your phone playlist, like
My phone, oh.
your phone playlist.
I have so many songs on there.
Can you name
But-
like a top 5, you know, or like
Top
what's your
5?
favorite, or you know?
Hypnotized, Biggie Smalls.
Still? Always?
Always.
Yeah, classic.
Classic. I listen to a lot of like 2000s R&B, like even 90s, like Aaliyah. Back and
I love
forth.
Aaliyah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. I also listen to like Bill Withers, Ain't No Sunshine.
Feel
Love
good?
that song. Yeah.
So you love like feel good tracks, right? Like
Yeah, and like
pump you up.
classic, kind of like. But then also on rainy days like today, I'll listen to like Tori Kelly and her sad stuff. You know, like it depends.
Depends on your mood.
Yeah, but I got a lot of classics. For sure.
Any top hits that you love that came out this year?
No Brainer. I actually
Yeah,
do
you
love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first you're like, then it's like, oh wait, this is catchy.
Yep.
Yeah, they
DJ
have that
Khaled
formula. They
has
have
a
that formula
lot.
down, right?
Yeah. Another one.
Yeah.
He's got another one coming
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
He's so good.
It's awesome. So, where do we find you online? Where do we learn more about you? Instagram, website. all that?
Instagram.
Where do we
My
find you on
website.
Instagram?
Instagram is at Lia Cole Music. My website, liacolemusic.com. All my music is on Spotify and iTunes. Just search Lia Cole.
YouTube too.
YouTube.
YouTube.
Lia Cole Music.
Everything Lia Cole Music.
Everything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming by today.
Thank
It was
you.
super fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.